And of course, before we continue on our journey, it's always important to save. Now we've got multiple paths. Let's check this place out first. This heavily fortified gate is engraved with many images of diving birds of prey. It looks important. They're apt to gate. That's important to know. Let's light these braziers. Now, pedestal. The pedestal is marked with detailed carvings of diving birds of prey. There's an inscription on the very top. It reads, "Prove that you have sacrificed in the pursuit of perfection." And this door is not going to let us in unless we've done whatever the pedestal wants us to do. I'm not entirely sure what that means, so that's about all we can do here. Fundaments Shrine, where you learn fundamentals of magic and combat effects. Whoops, let's not go back out. When did he? Play hopscotch there. Like he had a cauldron. Pox. Pox is the virulent vein. It is entropy and decay, and it infuses the souls of the unclean and the undying. Those aligned strongly with Rex or Lux will take additional damage from Pox. Maybe that's what that cauldron was. Maybe if I could cast spells, I could somehow turn my magic into a Pox vein. The Poxic curse is poison. Poison will slowly kill the afflicted, draining their life away drop by drop. The Poxic boon is Shadow Cloak. The cloaked are difficult to see and will often be able to avoid enemy attacks and magic. Nyx. Nyx is the variant vein. It is chaos and impermanence, and it infuses the souls of hybrids and shapeshifters. Those aligned strongly with Max or Rex will take additional damage from Nyx. The Nyxic curse is Nexus. Those under a Nexus will be torn apart more easily by magic and they will be unable to ward effectively. The Nyxic boon is Focus. The Focused will inflict more damage against enemies when casting spells. Max. Max is the violent vein. It is raw power and overwhelming, indiscriminate destruction. It infuses the souls of demons and werebeasts. Those aligned strongly with Lux or Nyx will take additional damage from Max. The Maxic curse is Pain. Those afflicted by pain take more damage from attacks and are resistant to all forms of healing. The Maxic boon is Rage. The enraged will stagger their foes with overwhelming force, mounting their enemy's risk and forcing the careless to fumble. Rex. Rex is the verdant vein. It is growth, energy, and life, and it infuses the souls of plants and animals. Those aligned strongly with Nyx or Pox will take additional damage from Rex. The Rexic curse is Entangle. The Entangled will find it difficult to move, which limits both their movement speed and their ability to dodge in combat. The Rexic boon is Vigor. The Invigorated are infused with simple strength and will cause extra damage with their weapons in combat. Lux. Lux is the vibrant vein. It is radiance and judgment, and it infuses the souls of the innocent and the divine. Those along strongly with Pox or Max will take additional damage from Lux. The Luxic curse is Dazed. The Dazed will find it difficult to focus and will often miss when they act in combat. The Luxic boon is Grace. The Graceful will find their weapons guided by an invisible hand and will rarely miss their enemies in combat. Arcus. Arcus is the Null Vein. It is the simplest form of impure magic, and also the most flexible. If you learn to use blast magic, you will almost certainly begin by using Arcus. There are no creatures whose soul embody Arcus, so it is moderately effective against any opponent. At higher levels, the ability Amarcus can allow a blaster to heal allies at a great distance, and the truly powerful can learn Arximum, which allows the blaster to attack entire groups of foes all at once. There may be times, however, when you find that one of the 5 Pure Veins is more effective against a particular foe. There exist focusing items that can refine the mana of one's blast into a purer form, and this also allows access to curses and boons unique to the Pure Veins. I guess that's what this emerald is for. Lastly, remember that Arcus exists in a space between the Pure Veins. Attempting to combine Pure Veins of magic will always result in Arcus. Alignments. Different from a magical alignment, personal alignment falls in one of 3 ranges: lawful, neutral, or chaotic. Alignment comes into play in 2 major ways. The first place alignment matters is in determining your band's manpower. It is essential to keep manpower up if you expect to recruit more people, claim better strongholds, and retain many services. Bandmates all contribute to manpower in slightly different ways depending on their alignment. For most people, putting points into utility-based traits is the best way to improve manpower contributions. These traits also yield many useful skills, including improvements to hit points, carrying capacity, and visibility. Chaotic people, on the other hand, don't much care to be made into workhorses. They will contribute to manpower whether they have utilitarian skills or not, but they will each do so in their own way, and not always in the same way. Note that chaotic people will never reduce their manpower contributions this way, however, so don't worry that their whims will leave you short-staffed in a pinch. The second way alignment comes into play is in determining camaraderie. Any combatant who has a bandmate of the same alignment in the party will be more likely to succeed when risk is high. If someone in the party is the only representative of their particular alignment, they miss out on this camaraderie bonus. So, Nazar and Bato actually get a camaraderie bonus because they're both lawful. Tapping a vein. There are various traits that indicate a connection with one of the Pure Veins. A trait such as Luxalign or Rexalign indicates that the creature is resistant to that particular vein and vulnerable to that vein's opposites. Multiple alignments are cumulative and can exacerbate or cancel one another. Traits such as Poxamana or Nyxmana is usually reserved for equipment, indicating that the user will be able to cast a Pure Vein spell instead of Arcus. Using multiple mana sources results in a collapse back to Arcus. A trait such as Max Soul or Lux Soul combines the effects of an aligned and a mana trait, indicating both the creature's resistances and their natural ability to cast Pure Vein spells when the others would normally cast Arcus. Someone with a Soul trait can still use another Pure Vein if they have an appropriate mana focus. That is, someone with Nyx Soul could still make use of a Rex mana focus to cast Rex. Hesitation. An enemy who realizes that the fight is going poorly may sometimes hesitate. Hesitation is only momentary, but it provides an excellent opportunity to end the combat through negotiation instead of violence. You may release You may release the hesitating enemy from combat outright, or if you share common language, you may demand an item as ransom for the creature's life, or attempt to press the creature into joining you. Some creatures may offer ransom items that you may find difficult to acquire elsewhere, and some kinds of creatures make powerful allies with special powers that no human or orc can duplicate. What's more, negotiation yields the same amount of experience that you would gain by slaying the creature. There are no guarantees of success, however, and of course if you prefer to straightforward violence, you could still use a reckless attack against a hesitating enemy. So, alas, no rat people following us. Defending yourself in combat can greatly improve your odds of survival. All incoming damage will be reduced by half while you remain in defensive stance. Everybody can defend, but defensive stance can be further improved with many skills from the guard, dodge, and ward specializations to include effects such as increased dodge chance, or even healing yourself and nearby allies. Putting points into defensive specializations grants extra hit points as well, so don't forget to invest a little effort in defense for anyone you expect to go toe-to-toe with ogres or archdemons. Archdemons... Fumble. Reckless attacks can grant you extra actions in combat, but each reckless action piles on a little more risk, and risk can cause reckless actions to fail, forcing you into a fumble. All incoming damage is increased by 50% while suffering from a fumble. If you're unlucky, one solid hit could easily kill a fumbling character outright. This is, of course, best avoided. The key is to minimize your own chance of fumbling while taking advantage of enemy fumbles. Use your level of risk to determine whether or not to act recklessly. Normal actions end your turn, but they are not subject to risk, so they are best used to cap off a chain of reckless actions. It is also possible, however, to fully maximize your risk without fumbling. If you're lucky enough to do this, you'll enjoy all the benefits of defensive stance until your next turn, as well as a large bonus to the party's experience award, which we've seen a few times now. Invulnerability. Some who are truly devoted to their defensive training can achieve brief states of invulnerability in combat. While you are invulnerable, all attack against you will fail. Invulnerability cannot be brought down until it expires on its own after one full combat round. Of course, the same is true for invulnerable enemies, so if you encounter any, you'll have to grit your teeth and wait it out. Note that invulnerability does not prevent ongoing damage from poison or from equipment with the wasting trait. Aura. Some enemies have auras that will adversely affect creatures around them. Auras are indiscriminate and apply to allies and enemies equally, so they can sometimes be difficult to manage. Violent auras are obvious and cause damage to nearby creatures. More subtle, unsettling auras cause nearby creatures to accumulate risk every time they begin a new action. Nightmarish and alluring auras have all the same effects as an unsettling aura, but they can also sometimes cause enemies to fumble outright, even when they aren't acting recklessly. Your best bet when dealing with auras is to maintain a little distance, whether the aura's source is friend or foe. Struggle. To struggle is to live, to sacrifice everything, to begin the struggle anew, is to appreciate one's life anew. And I believe that's all we have to learn here. Let us continue on our journey. This woodland path leads right underneath a tall archway of stone. It looks like a classic ambush location. We're just waiting for the ambush to pop up. Ah, there they are. A person and a Sasquatch. Let's see. Oh, of course. Ah! Is it worth it? occurs to me that that Sasquatch is taking quite a number of hits. Nope. He's a bit beefy there, isn't he? We have him take out the highwayman. I think we need to be a little careful here. Oh! That helps. This would be a good time for healing. Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't... Oh, he cast a... He did a regular turn. Alright. Yes. No. Ah, he hesitated. Come on, big guy. Stop! I know can win! We don't really want to hurt you. Why don't you just come with us? We've got food. No! I'm free! Ah. Well, that didn't work. See, now I feel bad about killing him. You know... Come on. Come with us. We'll treat you well, we promise. Ah. Oh, okay. He's starting to get a little pissed now. Alright, it's clear that you really, truly do not want to come with us. And he's just too enraged and confused. Ugh, I feel really bad about this. Damn it. Oh well, at least we got a soggy sandwich out of the deal. Oh, shoot. What were you doing back there hiding, huh? And that takes care of that, I guess. Hello. A satchel. Satchel is full of coins, presumably coins the highwaymen stole from other travelers. 600 gold, nice. But, you know, it would have been nice if we could have befriended Mr. Sasquatch there. in particular around here. So let us continue on our way. And Bato finally caught up. I think it's time to go back to our stronghold for a moment. Assess our situation a little bit. Take care of some items here. And then after that, we shall take a break, rest our party a little bit, and then we shall continue on our way. As soon as I figure out how to get through the door.